All right, so I'm going to welcome here Ted Linhart to the stage. If you don't know DisneyDocs.net, Ted has been an amazing. Come on up, Ted. Come on up. Welcome, Ted. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So, this is your third time with us?
Third time, that's right.
Third time, okay. So, because we're kind of counting how everybody's been here, how many times so far. You have amassed an amazing collection of Disney documents. You have them in a vault. You handcuff the bag to yourself when you travel down here. His documents are being watched right now. We've got somebody on watch. And what's great about everything that you purchase and scan is available to all of you. You can peruse these things, but what's really great is digital is one thing, but to see them in person, he's bought a selection of things down with them, as you always do. So we're going to run through what you've got here and talk real quick about what you have, right?
Yep, let's go for it.
All right. And you and I sat down and selected a lot of these
Yes.
things, trying to look at the decade and also match some things up with the panels that we were going to be seeing.
And also not to try to duplicate too much
That's
from
true.
prior years.
That's right.
So the first one, upper left, is a proposal for the American Adventure. It's got a lot of concept art. I think this was done for outside sponsors to show what this attraction would be. It's really nicely done, and it has a lot of concept art that you might recognize from the actual attraction, and then things that may look like things that were never actually executed. So it's really a cool piece. And on the bottom right, we assembled an opening day cast member booklets for each of the 9 Epcot original countries that came with opening day. So that's a really nice way to kind of experience what the cast members were taught to think about each of the countries as they started their new positions as Epcot opened.
And what's unique about that one, it has all the individual countries' logos that were made for that time. You forget that the countries in World Showcase had logos just as the icons in Future World.
The Living Seas, which obviously was
a big
event
topic,
last night,
yeah.
yes. So this is an original opening brochure for the Living Seas, which has some nice pictures and concept art for it. It's not the most elaborate of the documents that are out there, but I haven't seen a lot of Living Seas items, so this is a good one to have. The bottom right is actually, the right side is really interesting. It's a master planning proposal for Walt Disney World from 1969. So it has a lot of concept art, a lot of tables and charts, very detailed information about what would go into making Walt Disney World. Some of it, again, is what actually happened. Some of it is what's not. It's not as elaborate as some other items I have about the same era from the parks imagining what it would look like in '69, but it really gives you a very interesting overview of what the park was supposed to be in that as thought about in 1969.
And we've talked about how some of these can put you to sleep, right?
Yes.
When you say tables, there's
But not
metrics
you.
and-
You love this stuff.
I did
Yes.
I used one of yours to produce something, so yeah. There's a table, then a Gantt chart.
On the left side, so as many of us know, there was a point in time where Disney thought they would actually sell monorails and people movers to the outside world. So this is a brochure trying to sell monorails as a actual public transit system. And it's interesting to see how they thought about it. On the right side is I think it's a hand-drawn production schedule for building the monorail at the park. And it just shows you a timeline of how they imagined the monorail production would go.
That should make current project managers just shaking their boots looking at that. I haven't. Right.
So this is, I think, my favorite piece. Horizons is my favorite ride. I know it's others people's as well. So there was supposed to be a 4th way home at the end, choose your own ending. This is for a maglev film that was never produced. This is an archive from David Jones, who produced all the films, and there's a folder for each of the ways home and a lot of other things. But this folder has very nicely handwritten note paper about what this maglev ending would look like, and there's a lot of art and sketch work imagining what that film would go. Obviously, it was never made.
Was that part of that big Horizons pack? All those Horizons things that were in auction about a year and a half ago?
Yes, exactly. There was a lot of Horizon stuff that came up, I think, from his estate, and I just tried to get all of this documentation.
So for you Horizons fans, somebody out there is going to reproduce this 4th video. They're going to make the ending, make it happen.
This is a standing operating procedures from the Monorail here from 1981, which just shows exactly what to do under all sorts of different circumstances, breakdowns, passenger difficulties. So it's got a lot of interesting information in it. The right side is more detailed. It's actually a study, very dry, but it's something that had to happen. It's a deep study of where to put the monorail beams in the park, looking at all the information about the ground and how far it would go and the stability. So that lots of charts and graphics. It's a pretty deep dive into how to install those beams and where to install those beams. Starjets, this is a maintenance manual for that attraction. It's a little beat up, but it does show you everything you need to know about repairing Starjets. And the right side is a design book for the Walt Disney World Village on developing hotels, what size hotels, where to build them, how to build them, if you have different sorts of ideas for hotels, what that would look like. I think this was also done to help any outside hotel companies come and build hotels there.
Fox, did you make copies of this already? Yeah, she did. Okay. She's seen it. We're going to deep dive coming right up very soon into the villas and the resort.
So on the left side, the WED Florida book. This is a book, a binder for any employees moving to Florida to work at Epcot. It's got a lot of information on housing and utilities and everything you need to know to move to Florida and get set up as a WED employee, and has a lot of detailed information there. On the right side is a proposal for a residential community at Walt Disney World. I have it in a binder, but it talks about, obviously this didn't really come to be the way it's supposed to be. I think this is thinking about a version of Epcot as an actual city. So it's got a lot of information about how a actual community would look like as part of Epcot. Left side is pretty self-explanatory, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's a reference manual with all the operating procedures and repair necessities that would need to happen. It's got a lot of animatronic art in it, and it's very detailed oriented. And the right side is the opening day tickets for Walt Disney World for Mel Melton, who is the president of WED Enterprises. These are his tickets. So it just shows you it's interesting to see how the tickets were designed, and it's a very attractive package that was given to VIPs who were attending the opening.
I think that's my favorite piece that you bought, because it's really a little time capsule, and it's really interesting how they presented it, like you said. Yeah, it's really neat.
It's a little piece of art in itself. Yeah. And the fact that the Melton family kept it in such pristine condition is great to have it passed down.
And the last set here, some more Peoplemover.
So the Lake Buena Vista Peoplemover is a proposal I bought from Bob Gurr a couple years ago. That's an advantage of coming to RetroMagic, is to buy stuff. My wife is here, so please keep your ears closed about that. This is a proposal to build a Peoplemover for Lake Buena Vista, and it's really elaborate. It shows a very thoughtful construction of what a Peoplemover could do and how it could move around. People move from Lake Buena Vista to the airport, to Disney World, and it's interesting to see an item that never happened. And the right side, I don't usually get into Disney MGM just because it's past my era, but because this is early in its development, these are two reports on the progress of building Disney MGM that show the various stages of development for each of the attractions and different construction processes that were going on.
And Ted's going to be available through both days over there in the village. I think we all have to thank you for purchasing and archiving, and most importantly, letting you guys be able to see and touch and flip through them, because they're a really, really neat piece of history. And some of these are absolutely one-of-a-kind things that you're never going to see anywhere else.
Yes.
Maybe there's some in archived down deep in a salt mine or something, but you're never going to see them.
Everything I buy, and there's a lot more on the site, is a PDF for anyone to look at any time. I collect World's Fair items as well. And so it's a really deep archive of everything related to really the idea of what a future could look like that was progressive and optimistic. That's kind of the theme of the site. So there's also futurism items that aren't related to Disney or the World's Fair, but it's everything that's anti-dystopian future.
Great. Well, Ted, thank you very much for joining us again, your third time with us. I really appreciate it. And come visit Ted during the
Please come
breaks.
by and look
yep,
at everything. That's what it's here for.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot,
All right.
everybody. Thank you.